Today you know that you have a drone. They're in all sizes. But did you know that on the Second World War there were also drones? About the drones in the Second World War, you're gonna see on this video.
The history of SS Nazi Drone Goliath. Drones nowadays, the use of unmanned drones is becoming increasingly common in modern warfare. However, drones were also used during the Second World War. This may sound like science fiction, but in fact Nazi Germany is the first country to use drones in modern warfare. This story is about the SS drone. The Goliath drone. The name of the Goliath drone is a remote-controlled tracked mine vehicle. In April 1942, the German company Borgward had already started manufacturing remote-controlled, mobile mines, which resembled a mini-tank and bore the name Goliath. In April 1943, both Zündapp and Zachherz started producing these remote-controlled mines. Until September 1944, Zündapp produced 4,604. Of the original Goliath E-type, still had two very expensive electric motors. The Goliath Type 5 produced by Zündapp had a 703 cubic centimeters two-cylinder two-stroke engine. After all, the device was designed to explode, and then the loss of a simple two-stroke engine was cheaper than that of two expensive electric motors. The SS Goliath drone fell under Adolf Hitler as wonder weapons, just like the V1 and V2, but with a much less and worse effective result. In April 1942, the Borgward company started manufacturing the Goliath drone. From April 1943, Zündapp also started producing Goliath drones. The Zündapp company already made material for the German army, such as engines for the Wehrmacht and for the General Rommel Deutsches Afrika Korps. Until September 1944, Borgward and Zündapp produced 2,650 units. The Goliath drone was initially designed to carry 50 kilograms of explosives, but in reality 60 kilograms was transferred into it, and later it itself transported 75 kilograms of explosives. The drone was controlled by means of a 3-wire long cable connected to a remote control. This cable had a length of up to 650 meters. However, this length was almost never achieved. Cable connection to the drone was inconvenient, but because the technology was not yet advanced enough to control a drone via radio connection. Cabling via the Goliath drone was all the technology available during the Second World War. Therefore, the Goliath drone was very vulnerable to disconnections. The cable could be cut, and the operator of the Goliath drone therefore always had to be close to the drone, approximately between 60 and 80 meters from the Goliath drone to be able to control him, which also makes this soldier piloting the Goliath drone very vulnerable to enemy fire. The maximum speed of Goliath drone was 10 kilometers per hour on paper, but due to the limited capacity of the batteries, the actual range was a maximum of 11.5 kilometers on a good road, a street, and only 6.5 kilometers over rougher terrain, cross-country. total weight of the Goliath drone was around 430 kilograms. The price of one Goliath drone copy at the time was 3,000 Reichmarks. In euros today, approximately 6,600 euros, 7,022 US dollars. This cost was high for a system that aimed to become blow-up and destructive in its entirety. Therefore, in April 1943, it was replaced by a new engine, a Zündapp cheaper two-cylinder petrol engine. The Goliath drone was first deployed in the spring of 1942. The Goliath drone had slow speed and thin armor, making it vulnerable to enemy fire. The control cable was also regularly cut by shrapnel or a soldier of the enemy infantry. In addition, due to its very low location, 12 centimeters high from the ground, the Goliath drone often got stuck in rough terrain and then stopped moving. When the Allies came into contact with the weapon, they nicknamed it Beetle Tank. A total of 7,564 units were produced. By the end of March 1945, there were still on total 2,527 units Goliath available.
Beetle tanks are used against Canadian positions in Normandy. They made their first appearance last winter in the Anzio beachhead in Italy. Miniature tanks filled with high explosive are directed at dug-in machine gun nests with scant effect. They are directed from the German lines by remote control equipment. Most of them are blown sky high by our anti-tank guns before they come anywhere near their objective.
The Goliath drone had little influence on the course of the battle and was more of a propaganda weapon from Adolf Hitler's wonder weapons.
Waffe gegen Panzer und Bunker. Der fernzusteuernde Zwergpanzer wird für den Einsatz vorbereitet. Von einem Pionier geleitet, setzt sich das Fahrzeug in Bewegung. Der Goliath wird in Stellung gebracht. Als Angriffsziel dient bei dieser Übung ein erbeuteter, schwerer feindlicher Kampfwagen. Der Gruppenführer gibt den Einsatzbefehl. Goliath wird dem Feind zum Angriff entgegengeschickt. Goliath geht auf den Riesen los. Die Ladung des ferngezündeten Goliath jagt den Stahlkoloss in die Luft.
The technology used in the Goliath drone formed the basis of many post-war designs of remote-controlled vehicles, and was also used in the private sectors as a maintenance and research drone. The surplus Goliath drone has been destroyed and the metal has been reused. There are still a few copies of the Goliath drone in various museums, such as the version in the photo, which is in the museum in Normandy that I visited in 2012. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and to share. And please join our channel.